going. It's on its way.
I have faith in you, buddy.
We're ready to start.
Huh?
Afterwards, if we finish in world record time, if nobody, our house under the
Is that what it is? Is that the,
Hey,
is that the Benny?
We're on
movies now.
Oh,
We're on TV.
oh, we gotta be so
Okay, I think it's time for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
The Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Invocation.
Invocation.
Anybody like to?
I have one.
Okay.
All right. Short one.
That's
I know. You guys caught me by surprise though, because I should have been looking it up. Hang on. Here we go. Bear with me. I had one last time and I just stuck it away. Let's go here. Let's go here. Good thing for phones. There. Right there. Okay. Word for all of us. It comes from Proverbs 15. Starts in verse 1. It says, gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. I like that. It's one of the very few. Normally I've got it committed to memory, but today's everything's kind of all messed up, so I had to read it. But I just like that, just because a lot of times it's watching words and watching what we do, and obviously conducting ourselves, especially in today's society, to where there's some understanding and there's some gentleness in the way we treat each other. We can get a lot more done. That's it.
Amen.
Amen.
Roll call. Paul.
Okay.
Mark here. Bill.
Here?
Rob.
Here.
David.
No.
Steve.
Here. Paul is out of town on a convention with his wife, and David has a medical issue that he couldn't attend tonight.
Are there any additions to the monthly agenda?
No.
Okay. Then the minutes from last meeting. Does everybody have a copy of that?
I'd like to have a correction on those.
Okay. What did I do wrong again?
On the, when we made a motion and you said pass by all 4-0, it's 5-0.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Hang on.
That's the only one I could find.
So that's
It's 5-0?
It is 5 of
Because
us.
there's five, there was five.
There were 5 of us here that night.
Yeah,
Oh, well, so much for our correct.
Wonderful.
I'm pretty sure, right?
Nice pickup.
Well,
Do we need
Steve
to
caught
second?
it.
So you just need to have a motion to approve them as
Motion to
corrected.
approve
Yeah.
that.
I make a motion to approve the minutes after the correction.
Second it.
Okay.
Okay, and then I
And vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And
Aye.
then a motion to approve the minutes?
That's it.
Is that it?
We did it with the
Good.
amendment. So
Financial
I'll get
report.
that amendment.
We're just,
Bill's got the financial report. I want to let you guys know that we didn't get the online financial report, so we scanned in the report for the board meeting. We're going to have to replace that with a true PDF, because I guess a scanned PDF doesn't work for their public access or something. So, but I'll talk to our bookkeeper tomorrow. But she gave us a hard copy. The bill has.
financial report.
We wrote a total of 10 checks for $6,703.19. Our checking balance is $2,179.40. I have some small checks to deposit tomorrow or Friday, and I'll bring the checking account back up to $15,000. Our money market, we have $192,055.55 in our money market account. I would like to have approval to pay the bills.
I make a motion.
I second.
Okay.
And our communication report.
I don't believe there's
Excuse me, sorry about that. For just for David, we've been working all month on the website. We got it up and running late last week, probably Thursday or Friday. So it's up and running now. And we've been working on learning how to upload videos, and we did that. We have October's uploaded now, so we're going to go back and upload the rest of the videos onto the website also. So that's been about it. We are going to have to update all the passwords and stuff, but we haven't got to that point yet. Anyway, I think that's his report.
Good. We need to approve that too?
No.
Okay. And then public comments on the agenda?
No public comment.
Okay, remember, it's limited to 2 minutes. Chief's report.
Chief's report, we had, October was pretty slow as far as 13 calls, 3 medical, 2 structure fires. Natural covers kind of went away with the rain, a couple motor vehicle accidents. We had a lot of lips assists, public safety, a lot of older folks we assist them, so back to bed and that kind of thing. Both of our structure fires were in District 2, and we went to mutual aid on Roseburg for a motor vehicle accident on the freeway up around Edenbauer. And that was just a bad day. When they get about 5 or 6 wrecks going at the same time, there's nobody here between here and Roseburg, so we'll end up on the freeway down there. One interesting call we had a rollover right there at the
Rock quarry?
the rock quarry. And a witness, there was a couple vehicles possibly racing, but a witness saw the guy go off the road. He rolled. As he rolled the first time, it threw him out of the car. And he went up, the witness said he went up as high as the fiber optic line on the telephone pole. And when he came down like Superman, with his arms straight out and his head bleeding. And so he broke both arms right at radius ulnas, and then he landed on his forehead, had a C6-7 spinal fracture. And so we did everything right and as far as stabilizing and everything. The interesting thing was they ended up flying him up to Eugene Riverbend, I think, and when they got there, he didn't have the proper C-spine protection on him, like when he left our scene. What happened was that he had stopped en route, and they had done this either CT scan or MRI or something. They had taken all this stuff off, and then they didn't put it back on right. So we got a feedback back that, hey, what are you guys doing out there? You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it wasn't us. And it wasn't the ambulance company. It was somewhere in between here. But he had actually gotten cleared for C-spine at the hospital, and then when they did their x-rays or ultrasound stuff, they found out he had a C6-7 fracture. So then they changed gears and did everything, started all over again, trying to protect the C-spine. So it's kind of interesting.
Wow.
So I don't know, that's just the kind of stuff that happens.
All right.
So training, we had a couple nights of salvage and overhaul, which is one of the services we do, try to save people's property. Did some medical training and this litter and basket rigging. We've been working on our rope stuff with some of the new equipment we have. As of October 18th, that was the date that we all had to be either vaccinated or had exceptions, and we did. And we had 15 were vaccinated. We had 3 religious exceptions and 1 medical exception. One of our guys had a reaction to the one of the vaccines, not a real severe one, but enough that his doctor said to back off it. And then he ended up getting COVID anyway, so now he's got some antibodies in his doctor. So his doctor's going to keep testing him until he thinks that his antibodies are good. We had 2 firefighters certified as firefighter 1 in the state. That's a pretty big deal. We got a new firefighter here that's a paramedic student at North Douglas, and he lives in Roseburg, and he's jointly enrolled with us now. He's also already approved as a driver, so it's good deal. For equipment, we got our bumper and winch installed that was budgeted on 1091. Had some electrical repairs on 1090, the little rig because of battery charging problems. We get a lot of our rescue equipment that's been budgeted. I finished ordering all the VFA grant stuff. That's why we're spending a lot of money every month, because we have to have that money spent by December 31st, or else it doesn't qualify for the grant. We picked MES, which is one of the vendors for flow testing. They're a little less expensive than the other one, and we've dealt with them before and pretty good. Let's see, we've been doing some salvage and surplus upstairs of old stuff and getting rid of junk. Got another used filing cabinet put up there so we can move our records upstairs and get them out of temporary boxes and stuff. Got our fuel delivered for gas and diesel, and our fuel oil for the winter is ready to go. Fire extinguisher maintenance for the station was done, and the units also, and we're getting both the vehicles under cover now, so we're cleaning up that whole structure outside. Let's see, risk management training was in October. Some of the stuff that we did on virtual, I did the risk management one, and then they had a cyber security one we had to do for insurance discount. So I watched that. It was about 90 minutes. It was okay, pretty good one. They have about 4 or 5 different ones. So we met the best practices requirements for our insurance, so we'll get a 10% discount on our liability. And our bill is usually around $7,000 a year, so 10%, $700 is good. We got our position books updated. You guys got them in. Website's up and running. We still have under construction across the top. We have everything that's legal that's required, and all the archive reports and stuff. It's on. They're on there. We're just gonna start making it a little nicer for the public as far as public service, public safety type announcements, and that kind of stuff. And I got a couple guys. I got one firefighter who's willing to handle the volunteer page, so he's gonna start taking pictures and put some stuff up. Maybe do some profiles of some of our volunteers and that kind of thing. It looks pretty nice. I think it's gonna look pretty well. Bill's gonna be depositing a bunch of checks tomorrow. We charge tuition for that county LP, liquefied petroleum gas train we had. So we got back about $300, $400 in that. And so it helps subsidize the propane. We burned probably $500 of propane there in about 2 hours. But
Wow.
that's what happens. And I had that budget anyway, so actually we're gonna come out a little bit ahead on that. The insurance schedule, we reviewed that with SDAO, that's been submitted, so they bill us January 1st for that. We renewed the accident disability insurance this week. That's part of the bills tonight. We did 2 fingerprint background checks for our new firefighters. The state's charging us $46.50 now when they fingerprint our people. Even though we fingerprint them here, they send it to the state police, and so their charges that, so it's $97 for 2 people. Got a draft 22 training calendar. We'll be putting that up on the website. And we updated the rosters and qualifications of volunteers. Those are in your books, by the way, so if anybody wants to know who's here and what they're qualified to do, they're in there. Last thing I didn't have on my minutes is tomorrow's the Veterans Day Parade, and we'll be participating in that. So we're leaving here at 9 o'clock with 1 engine to get down there and do that.
So funny, costs us $46.50 for fingerprinting. You can go in and get a handgun and fingerprint it for $10.
Yeah.
The problem is that those fingerprints cannot be used for anything else but getting that handgun.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, they charge you $10 to get your fingers printed to carry a gun, but, you know.
Anyway, so that's my report, sir.
All right, sounds good. Good work. Old business?
Make a motion to pass.
I second.
The old business, everything's pretty, I think I just covered it all. We did the updates, we made the payments, website's up and running, board training and books. And, one thing I want to talk about is Zoom, if we want to keep doing it or not. It's up to you guys.
What's it costing us for that?
It's costing $15 a month, so we haven't used it for 2 months, I believe.
And from what I understand, we've never had anybody on it, really.
That's true, other than,
Public comment?
were you on it?
No, the question would be, is there any, I mean, we currently can have people come here, wear masks.
Right.
And be in this social surrounding, even though there's still COVID. Because the only reason why I think we even got Zoom was because there was just no.
Right. Nothing
Yeah.
else.
There's no requirement to do it, it's just another way of being transparent. But when we do it, someone has to monitor the computer and a couple of things. So the only reason I brought it up is that we're paying, we didn't sign a year contract for it or something, so we're paying 15 something. $14.99 a month. And we can back out of that if we want or whatever.
I don't think the taxpayers want us to do that, do they?
If there's nobody attending it, I mean.
And I don't think
Jerry
there
would be
was-
the only potential that I could think of.
And there wasn't, I think the whole time during budget meetings, I think there might have been somebody on there once.
Maybe one person.
Right.
I think there was more people on Zoom when we had to be on Zoom at home for our board meetings.
Yeah, the board members are on
Right, but
Zoom,
that would be
so that's-
different though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think that's the most we've ever had.
Let's stop that.
So,
I think we can use the $15 for better things
I
than
mean,
that.
okay, if you
I'll
want
make
to
a
make a
motion
motion,
to
then-
not do Zoom.
okay.
I second
There's
it.
one, Bill
Okay.
second. Okay. All right, so I'll get on there and do that. If it comes up again where they're gonna start increasing the rules and regulations or something, we might pop it back up. But that $15 a month is the same price. If you're doing it monthly, they charge you the same, so it's kind of silly, so.
Well, isn't there a time limit? If you go over.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right.
If you go over 30 minutes, they charge you.
Yeah.
You're right.
Under 30 minutes,
Yeah.
it's free.
Oh, it's a good thing.
We're always talking
on top of that. How about new business?
So we have some grant opportunities, that's what we're gonna be working on this month.
Which ones are these?
The AFG, Assistance of Firefighter Grant through FEMA's coming up, so we're gonna be putting in for an engine. We budgeted for the matching part of that would be less than 10% of $400,000, so it'd be about 40 grand if we get it. So the grants have to be in by December 17th, so we're working on those.
Did we ever decide on if we're gonna get somebody to help us write grants?
What I got was, this year what I've done is, I'm gonna look at it, because I have some successful grants from some people that they've given me all the stuff they did. So, we have paid in the past, we paid $400 once and $800 once, and neither of those were successful. And then I passed that guy over 10 miles, and they were successful once he did one for 10 miles, so that was interesting. But I'm gonna try the engine one on our own this year. We also have a pending grant with District 2 as a joint grant for radios and stuff. And that one's still going, it looks like it's not gonna be a FEMA grant though, it's gonna be a American Recovery Act grant, different money. And we may not have to match anything on that or anything else. And we had budgeted to match, I can't remember what was in the budget, I think 15,000 if we got that, and we probably won't have to match that. There's also, right after this grant closes, there's a grant for SAFER, which is a staffing grant. That's the one where we're trying to get do a joint grant with 10 Mile and Camas to get a paid volunteer coordinator for all 3 departments who would recruit people and train people and stuff. And then part of that also is paid physicals for firefighters. There's some opportunities to get stipends for guys for coming in and training or for the calls they go on and that kind of stuff. And so I'm looking at that one. That's probably going to be in January, February or something. We'll be submitting for that one. And that one is for volunteers. There's no match on that, so there's no financial cost to us if we get it, other than you actually end up with a paid employee, which we don't have. So we're going to have to deal with that one. You know, the benefits and everything. So. But that's all covered in the grant, so as long as we have somebody to do it. Anyway, that's what's coming up. The VFA grant, we finished all the money. We're going to just gather the invoices all together. We'll be submitting that right after the new year and for reimbursement for the money they owe us. They owe us half of $20,000. And that'll start again in April, I think. So that's what's coming up.
Okay.
Anything on vehicle maintenance and testing?
Usually this time of year is when we do that. We usually already have it, the 2 engines get pump tested annually. We have a vendor that comes down and does us, Roseburg, and Lye, and a bunch of others at the same time. Because of COVID, they're all backed up this year, so nothing has happened yet. So I'm gonna get the maintenance done first probably. So we already have got the maintenance done on the small vehicles. I just gotta get the engines and the tender up to Southern Oregon diesel, so I'll be doing that over the next month or so now,
Okay.
fire season too. So that's usually runs between 400, depends if there's any repairs, but usually like 400 a vehicle. That's what we have budgeted this year.
president's not even here, so he doesn't have a report.
Okay.
Director's report, comments?
Nope.
Okay, public comments? Public?
No, we're good.
Okay, sounds good. Our next meeting is going to be December 8th at 7, and move to adjourn the meeting.
I second.